Hey there everyone, what about Amiobi here? Today we are reviewing a TGCTours user-created course on PGA Tour 2K21. This course was created by Robin, R-O-B-N, and it's a beta of a course that I believe he's going to call Conquest when he's all said and done. He's asking for feedback. His goal basically is to have this course be better than his previous course. From what I can see, he's had 2 or 3 courses published or approved in the database. So still a relatively new designer, still trying to get some ideas of how to make some good courses. I gave some feedback during this video. I hope he finds it helpful. Any questions, please let me know. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And please consider heading over to Twitch at www.twitch.tv/whataboutamiobi to hang out with us there. You've got a great community. With that said, here's the video. I hope you enjoy.
He was asking for people to have a look at his course, to play it. All the holes are down and ready to be played. He's got a bunch more planning to do. He's got a bit of texture work, tee box areas, clubhouse area. So there's still some tweaking to be done here. His aim is simply to improve on his last, which was albedo. And he thinks he's done that, and he's hoping he has. Not trying to get help to turn a turd into a good course or a good course into a great one. Alright. He's just looking for some suggestions, some ideas, some thoughts. We can do that. So, again, planting hasn't been done yet. Or, sorry, there's a lot of planting to be done. Yeah, for sure, Twitch. What's it called? I can absolutely do that. Probably can do it tomorrow, actually. I got time to play one more for real and then mess around for a little bit. Is a good beta name, isn't it? Okay. Little bathtubby over there, but it's interesting. I don't know if he's meaning to put more stuff in here or if it's meant to be open like this. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's filling that in back there. Okay, uphill. Oh no, wrong way. It's gonna be called Conquest. Okay, let's change that. Where do I want to go? Okay. Thanks, Axel. Oh boy. You know what would be the easiest actually, Twitch? J-Ray, I think you've probably already done this. Go into my Discord and just stick it in there, and then that way I'll get it. Rather than having to try to type it out now or remember it. I mean, I can probably eventually get through all 3 of them, but I'd like to start with one if I could. Alright, so we got uphill. This kind of got like Augusta-y vibes to it in the way that the green is. Okay. So if you just do exclamation point Discord, that'll show you where the Discord server is, and then you can just join that and basically anywhere in there, stick the name of it, and I'll get it on my list. Sorry, Robin, I'm getting all distracted here. So short par 4, I like how you've split the green up here. And I'm liking the idea of it being... Okay, I want to see where you go with this. Let me see where you go with this. Okay, cool, I see you're in there now. Now I know your real name. Ha! Well, maybe not. Cool, sounds good, Axel. Yeah, I'm really gonna try to use Discord a lot for people trying to request stuff. It's just easier if it's all in one place. YouTube comments are fine too, though. Okay, so it looks like he's going for like fairway around the greens. I like that. And then we've got some pretty good drop-offs and... Okay. So that's going to be where some of the danger of or the difficulty of this course comes from, is that if you miss the green, it's going to roll off and it's going to keep rolling. So kind of a gusty like that. Cool. All right, well then, get me over there. That's cool too. I mean, that, yeah, TGCTours is another good one because I'll see it at somehow. Oops. Did I pull that? Oh no, just it broke. Okay. Yeah, good par 3. And I'm not really looking at planting or that kind of jazz because I know he's not done yet. So, the one thing I would suggest here, Robin, is the fencing. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's get back. Is that far enough? Nope. Get back to putter. The fencing behind the back tee is fine. I'd lose it behind the middle tee, and I wouldn't put it in the front one, because then it kind of gets in the way of the look. So yeah, I would lose that one on the right, just as an aesthetic thing. Okay, so we don't want to go down there. This fairway is very narrow, and I'm a little okay. Well, let's see what happens after we hit our drive. I don't think we're gonna get there. Bounce on that again. Oh, we are. Okay, made it to the fairway. Yeah, the angle of it's kind of awkward, and then I'm not loving the way that we've kind of we got like a Z shape here. I don't know that you need it. Or at the very least, have this not be trees. I mean, I like the way that the green pokes out over here. I can't get... Well, actually, I might be able to. Let's see what happens if I try to take this thing on. I'm gonna have to cut it a bit because of the way the wind is. Yeah, I can just go straight over it. I don't mind that false front being there though, because then it protects against that shot. So that's right. It's Z. The last letter of the alphabet is called Z. Shape it? Yeah. A little bit. I do a little bit. Like a lot of it. For me, a cut ends up mostly being straight. But I mean, the way the fairway for the tee shot was, it kind of the draw would go with it. But and then the green, yeah, again, I don't mind the way it drops off there because it protects against that shot coming in where you're cutting everything. And from over here, which is where you'd be coming if you went to the right, you have a pretty straight shot in there. I hope there's not a pin close to that, or too close to that false front though. And that pin there is awfully tight now I look at it. So it's about 10, 11 feet on from the edge of the green coming from this direction. Coming from that direction, it's not so bad. So I mean, I'm going to talk myself into this. The way that you've designed the hole, if you take this on, you got to hit a hell of a shot to get near the hole, which is good. Maybe did it a way differently than I might have, but... So if we look at the hole again, zigzags. Yeah, that fairway is just a hair narrow for the drive, and then the trees for me, especially, and the thing that here's my big issue: if I hit that in the rough, am I able to hit a second shot that I can see the green from? That would be a question to look into, because you're going to hit it in the rough on that hole, and I just pulled the crap out of that. Well, then say it. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Twitch. That's the shot. I just trying to hit driver off the deck on master difficulty in this game. If I don't red fast it, I have no clue where it's going. So, okay, now we got a pretty aggressive dog leg here. By pretty, it's an almost right angle. So, but you can try to cut some. It looks like. We'll find out. I mean, it was into the wind. Downwind, you could probably cut a bunch. Okay. So we can at least take some off of it and not have to... Ah, see, there you go. All right, Axel, have a good one, man. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll give yours a whirl. This week I'm going to be pretty open because it's childless week. So, okay, so that fairway slope is pretty aggressive. I hope it's flatter back where you would hit 3-wood. Something about the texture of the greens, it makes them look like they're going to be, whoa, where am I going here? It makes them look like they're going to be super slow. Okay. Yeah, that one, this green's got a little bit more color than I want to see, to be honest with you. Especially where I was. I mean, you can land, let's see here, you can land 9 feet left of that hole and you're off the green. That's a bit much. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense, Twitch. How you play would absolutely influence how you design. Yeah, this green, that especially right in that middle there, especially if I lay up, I'm gonna have the world left in, and I'm gonna try to hit that. It's a bit aggressive, I would say. Oh. Well. I used to have one of those, Axel. Okay, so same kind of thing here. Is that's not a very large area to be hitting it into, and you're off. It looks like you're going to be off the green if you catch that slope. You'd be close anyways. I don't know. You do have a backboard though, so it kind of might play a bit bigger than it looks, maybe. This tree overhangs it though. Maybe not. It's close though. I would like to see that tree be just a hair farther back, personally. I think this is too much, that wind. Oh, caught it a bit slow. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I went through the branch. Oh, it was long. Okay. Oh, you guys are getting too quick for me. Okay, so then now because we've gone over, we've got a tough shot down here. We best make sure that we spin the crap out of this so we don't go all the way down. Okay, it's playable from there. Question I just have is it possible? I guess you have to catch the slope and come back. All right, wrong club. I know, yeah, TGC 2019 was the only other game I played, so I never got to experience the first TGC, sorry. Okay, so I'm curious if this is kind of the plan or the more open look is. But this screams, the tee shot screams number 7 at 7? Yeah, 7 at Augusta. No real point hitting driver. Oh, well, if you're going to do that, you may as well just hit driver. Yeah, it is a bit narrow. And then if you miss the fairway, you got to deal with this. This hole screams 7th hole at Augusta with narrow and then going back up, but again, pretty extreme slope there. I don't know if I didn't think that was gonna be enough. Would have liked to have seen how that played from the fairway because it would have been a lot easier, but that fairway's pretty narrow, so. The old no putt par. That's right, Twitch. That's like I said, as soon as I hit 3-wood in the rough, I was like, if I'm going to do that, I might as well hit driver. Be 50 yards closer up. You actually be able to hit it out of the junk. But the old no putt par saved us. Okay, now this looks kind of like he's trying to make 8, sort of, at Augusta. Maybe not quite. This isn't quite as obvious as 7 was, but a bit wider. Should be able to hit this fairway. Okay, and then we're uphill. We're only 10 feet up, though. I feel like I should be able to see the green only going up 10 feet. So I think maybe some sculpting right where the cursor is there might be helpful. And then, okay. We're tucking that pin pretty darn fiercely. Oh, I remember now. He said that 1 and 4 were the difficult pins. That's why I chose 4. Okay, uphill lie. I don't know. It's a par 5 second shot, so I shouldn't just be given an easy shot into it. And now this is where the fairway, with that being fairway, makes it. See, I like that. That needs to be done more right there. That fairway has now turned into a hazard because I've just shot off down here. I like that. That needs to be done more. And now I'm sitting here going, I have no idea what to do. So that has, oh, that could, okay. So that's taken what looked like a relatively simple second shot, and it's made me have to think, is it worth going for it? Because it might not be. You might be better off piddling it up the fairway and then having a wedge in. Now the green still might be, could be. Thing is, though, you go down into that rough and you're in a bit of rough shape. So, yeah, I know, no laying out. But that might be the shot on that hole. That might be a hole where you're better off laying up than trying to go for it. Okay, this one we've got a 220. It might be a. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the left pin for a sec. What do we got here? So we got the beads run into each other. I'm never a fan of that. So there's some collection areas over there. So this is the harder area for sure. He mentioned that. Okay, I don't know if this is... Oh, crap. Never mind. Yeah, the trees do get close in some spots. I agree with you there. I think this, again, is it possible to hit the shot? I don't know. I didn't... I hit such a bad shot, you can't tell. But as long as there's a shot you can hit, I'm fine with it. It is... I was kind of coming from this direction, right? It's fallen away on both sides, so it's a tough pin, that's for sure. Aye, you little bugger. Alright. Okay. Robin can see chat, so that's good. He'll be able to see all that. Those comments. I mean, I like the style of the course. I like that it's more of an open fairway around the greens. That's, you know, it does seem to have some Augusta vibes to it. Okay, this I'm gonna say right now I don't like. And then it goes back up again. Yeah, I play with that a little bit, and then that pin is what, 7.5 feet from the edge. That's probably a little close. I mean, you only have to miss this thing by 10 feet, 12 feet, and you can be on the other side of that and completely dead. I don't know. Yeah, there was Georgia Match Club that was on CC, I think. I mean, this does have some Augusta vibes to it, which Georgia Match Club kind of did too. So here, I mean, the miss here was always left, because if you miss right, you get nothing. So... Yeah, the greens are getting... The greens, there's a couple of greens that are just getting a little bit... Yeah. There's a reason why people use it as inspiration. It's quite the course. Okay, now what do we got? Alright. It's uphill. If I lay up here... Like, it's not a driver hole. There's nowhere to hit... There's not really a way to... Excuse me, a place to hit driver with this wind. How far over is it? Yeah, that's going to catch the trees, I think. Thing is, I can't really see a better play. Just kind of back in that area of... I'm going to hit it in the rough. Oh, yeah, I'm... Okay, there's no way. Okay. Yeah, not loving that. I think the fairway just too... I think if you'd have put a wider area to lay up to where you know you're going to have a look at the green, then this hole would play a bit better, but it also kind of gets hurt by the fact it's a drivable length, but because it's uphill, you can't drive it. So you don't want to make it one-dimensional, that it's just a little flip with a lot, like a little hybrid and then lob wedge. This is a tricky one. This bunker here... Okay. It is... It's a pretty good upslope there. The other thing is all of a sudden we've gotten away from being fairway around the green. Now it's rough. It's okay. Cool, Twitch. I'll add it, and yeah, I'll put it on. Tomorrow we'll do it. Are you still here, Lucas? When are we planning on playing the pleated pro-am, or are we just kind of we got tons of time, don't we? So there's no rush. Okay, par 5. Kinked a bit at driver. Don't think I mind that. Yeah, so what I do, Twitch, is I do this, and then I make a highlight out of this and stick it on YouTube. And if you're on TGCTours, then I stick it on your completed course thread on TGCTours. If you're not, then I just put it on YouTube, and I'll let you know in Discord that I've done it. Okay, par 5. Again, this I just don't like that. I don't like there kind of being a wall in the green separating it. I think you can, like, I don't mind there being I just don't like the slope being like that. It does, again, make the second shot more difficult than it would be otherwise, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We don't, again, but now we've gone to rough around the greens. I wonder if you're planning on doing that on the front 9. I hope not, because I liked it with fairway around the greens. I'm on the wrong side of this. Okay. Now I can splash though. Oops. I saw 19 and that's my splash yardage, so I just thought, okay, I'm at splash already. I gotta hit it harder than that though. Geez, that was almost an incident. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention there. Okay, so I mean, there's some good ideas here. It's just there's a couple times where it gets a little bit aggressive, maybe a bit out of control. Oh. Okay, no. Sorry, Robin, but this is blind. It doesn't need to be, and it's especially with how narrow it gets and how narrow it is. Like for hitting hybrid, tons of room. 3-wood it gets pinched. It actually, and a driver it's pinched again. But I guess I can see the tree line, but I don't know that. Nah, this isn't working as a blind one. This looks like that land just needs to be flattened down. Or elevate the tee, that too. One of the two. This shouldn't be blind. Like I'm staring at a wall of rough here. I mean, it kind of seems to play kind of like 17, the road hole, but shouldn't. Okay, so hit the rough, which that was a predictable outcome there. Now we're putting fairway around the green again. Yeah, I'm really starting to wonder if that's your intention or if, because I like it. I like the fairway because it makes it, especially on long shots, it makes the ball kick away. Instead of just hitting the rough and staying there, it makes it run. So for the style of course you've created, I think that makes a lot of sense. And playing this on very firm, ooh, could create some interesting stuff going on. Yeah, this is Robin's. Alright, so now we got a long par 4 downhill. Isn't really that long. We've given us some room, so this is good. I mean, it's so difficult for this game because the hole can play so easy, and that line between being difficult and going over the top is so fine. especially around the greens. So this one, okay. Again, we're pretty tucked back here, but I think there's a way to get there. Uphill but downwind. This should, my hope for this is to bang it into that hill. I pushed it though. So I'm gonna hit the fairway and it's gonna shoot on me. That time didn't go as much, but. Alright, Axel, take care, buddy. I didn't think that was going to go that far. I'm not used to chipping on the fairway, though, in fairness. Yeah, that's one thing, my favorite thing about this course is the fairway around the greens. Because it can make shots a bit easier at times, but it makes them harder, too, because it makes the ball run. Yeah. So uphill here, okay. I have a feeling I'm gonna complain about that tree in a minute. Yeah. So that tree's really close to the playing surface. And it sculpting a bit too. I mean I can see the pin, but I'd like to be able to see the green. It's just the tree is right where you would lay up if you want to leave yourself a full wedge. Oh, that figures. Oh, but it worked. What are we gonna get here? No, the tree I'm not liking on the corner there. And then this is just shooting way left. Yeah, I don't know. So you gotta get it up that hill. Okay. But yeah, the tree back there is not. I'm not enjoying. It's in the way. Huh? I don't like it when trees become the focal point of a hole. Like a tree in particular, sorry. And especially when it's taking away the safe option. So you may as well just bash it down there as far as you can, because there's not really a good way to leave a full wedge. It's too bad. Maybe just make more brown. Yeah, I don't know, it's tough. Okay, so I can see the pin, but I can't see the green. I'd like to be able to see this green. Especially with it being downhill. I don't think downhill shots should really ever be blind. So that might just be a sculpting thing. I think you did mention you needed to do some sculpting, so I'll be a bit careful about how much I talk about sculpting. Hair slow. What are we gonna end up with here? Okay. So that's definitely a tucked pin, but with the wedge or whatever I hit there, 9-9 I think it was, that's fine. Yeah, I don't mind the screen. Almost. Really? Okay. Yeah, and again, he's not done yet. So there's planting and there's a bunch of stuff. Like pretty much, darn near everything you do in a golf course. He said he still had some work to do on some of it. So be interesting what he ends up doing with that. Okay, so this is long par 5. What do we got down there? Again, we've been given some room, which is nice. Although we bounced off into the fairway or into the rough. Sorry. Okay. So we got a creek down there. Now the question I would have is, why is there rough here? Is it really necessary for that to be rough? I don't know. So take 3-wood at this, run it in hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It doesn't really seem to need to be split up. Ooh, where are we going? Okay. So here you've got some rough around the green, which I like because I think it'd be extremely harsh for a ball to land on the green and roll down into the water. So that's going to stop it from happening. That's good. Kind of rough am I in here? Light rough. Okay. Sphere front to back. Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Sorry, where it's hard to see how you're gonna stop a ball near the hole. So we got the same kind of idea here. I mean, this is either, I kind of feel like this is, it's downwind, so we got to keep that in mind. But I kind of feel like this is either in the bunker or over the back. I don't know that there's really an in-between for this shot. Caught it. Oh, it's in the bunker. I think you'd have to probably land it in the fringe and get a nice kick. Okay. But yeah, again, it's for the length of the shot, that's really narrow, especially when you got the false edge everywhere. And then this right-hand side, please tell me you haven't put a pin back right. And then you've got kind of the hole in one location in the front right. That hole was about, it was probably close to 2 bills. It was like 190-ish, 195, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I hit 4-iron. My 4-iron goes 186. That's what I hit. It was either that or my 213 hybrid, and that was going to be gone. Okay, now we've got over the last hole. So now we've got ourselves a split fairway. I guess you have a bit of a better angle for this pin, at least from the right fairway, but then you're going to be going uphill more. It's wider down here too, so that's where I'm going to go. Oh crap, pushed it. Kick left. Because if it doesn't, I have no hope. Get over there. Light rough's fine. Yeah, I mean the splits now, because I've gone over here, I've got some room to play with, where I don't have to come across. Like if I was over this way, I'd have to come across that. From here, I don't have to as much, and it actually now kind of helps feed it into the pin. Uphill, downwind. What kind of? Wind's helping, so. Let's see if we can run one up there. And catch the slope. Yeah, okay. Now, not just because I had to hit it relatively close there. I liked how that played better. There was a very clear run it in path to play. Green slopes are tough, man. You got to be. the line between it being too flat and too aggressive is it's small. it's a tight line. But I liked how that approach shot, there was room to run it in for the length of the shot. Now, if you've got a wedge, then absolutely make me fly it there and stop it. But when you got to hit a long iron in, you got to give it some room to run. It has to, because you can't stop it. So I wonder if one of the things that we're doing here is we're trying to protect par by creating difficult, tucked, tight, can't stop the ball near the hole pins. I don't know. That's my wonder. I'm just wondering if that's what we're doing. And if we are, I would really encourage you to rethink that, because the best players in the game, who isn't me, they're going to rip up any course you give them, right? All you're doing by protecting par is you're going to just really piss off people who are trying to hit, who are like playing decent golf, and then they're just looking, going, I don't have a shot here. How can I get there? So I like the concept of the course. I really do. I like the fairway around the greens. I like the look you went for. I'm really curious to see what it looks like when it's fully planted and fully sculpted and everything. I think it's going to be really good. I think there's a couple of times where the shot just doesn't make sense. Where you've got a long iron into a pin that's, not deep enough to accept the long iron. Or maybe the fairway's a bit too narrow, or it's just little things like that. And I think that's an area where there's definitely some improvement that you're gonna make. Not that you could, that you're gonna make as you continue to make courses. A couple greens where they're a bit aggressive, but there's a couple times where it really played well. That par 5 down the front 9, the 8, something like that, where I hit 3-wood and I landed kind of pin high and ended up 30 yards over the greens and landed in the fairway and took off. I thought that was great. That really made that hole play differently. The green, probably a little bit much, but the thinking of it was great. That last hole, the way there was room to run it in there, perfect, right? It's a 175-yard shot. Give me room to play it. So I would encourage, those are holes I really liked your thinking. I would encourage you to do more of that with a course of this style. And don't worry about people shooting crazy scores. I get a sense that there might have been an attempt here to keep it from getting out of, keep people from shooting in the 50s. They're going to do it anyway. So, and if I'm wrong, then let me know. But, yeah, there's some good stuff there. Just a little bit of polish, I think, and we're off to the races.